Hey guys, what is going on? Elmer's Kyle, and welcome to a series that I decided to record because I haven't recorded in a long time. Let's just say that. I haven't recorded in a very long time. And I decided to go ahead and just record because why not? And this thing's wasting power again, or wasting lava, I should say. Hate that. So anyway, this is a 164 pack that I didn't really throw it together. It's FTB Lite 2, but I added mods. So clearly right here, I have Ender.io going right here, obviously already, and then I have extra utils lava generator with thermal expansion tank filtering into here, giving it lava, which because this Stirling engine wasn't enough to keep the SAG mill running all the time, so I decided to use the lava generator because it produces ADR if I take, I'm pretty sure, yeah. ADR for tick, 100 millibuckets per operation for 10 seconds each, I believe is what it is. Um, so I've just been kind of pulverizing the ores I got initially in the very beginning. You know, I've smelted down some, got some diamonds and stuff. I started a little bit and then I decided to record it like today, really like 10 minutes ago. I was like, I haven't recorded in a long time. May as well try. May as well get a little bit of recording in because I kind of miss it. Anyway, so I don't really have too many mods considering it's light. So, I got agriculture, which I think comes in the mod pack. You got AE1, which I installed myself. Buildcraft, which again I installed myself. Big reactors I added. Now here's the basic Buildcraft thing. Chicken chunks I think was in here. Enchanting plus I added. Ender IO I added. Ender storage I added. Son of a bitch. I hate that about 1.6 is you can't scroll in the middle of the things. You have to go over to the scroll bar to scroll. Ender IO added myself. Ender storage added myself. Extra utils I think I added myself. I'm not sure. I don't remember if this was in here or not. Fantasy fences I was in here. This thing was in here. Forge micro blocks was here. Java was here. Mariculture I literally just added like 5 minutes ago. MFR I added. Obviously Minecraft was here because it's Minecraft. This was here, I'm pretty sure. Obsidian pressure plates. Open blocks was here. Redstone arsenal was here. Simply jetpacks was here. Switches were here. And thermal expansion was here. So I didn't add too many mods. I just added a few to give myself first off some more power generation because that's one thing I remembered about 1710 or 164 is the power generation was not the best, which is why I added Ender storage and I think extra utils, which I actually and I am playing on peaceful by the way, so because I really haven't played Minecraft all too much, so I've become pretty bad. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, because remember there being not a very reliable source of power, so I decided I may as well get like maybe Ender.io for the fluid transfer, or I could probably use Fluidux. Let's look at fluid. So there's Fluidux. Yeah, there are Fluidux. Okay, that's good. Making sure there was Fluidux. There should be conduit. Let's look at conduit. Condu. Okay, so there's energy conduit. Yeah, fluid conduit. There it is. So yeah, it's still like the same exact thing. And then there's pressurized fluid conduits, which are the hardened or fused cords with conduit binder. Yeah. So, and then there's item conduits, which I really like. And powered item conduits. I have no clue what the difference between those are. Oh, and they have ME con. What? Okay, I like that. Oh yeah, that's right. And they have the redstone conduit. I forgot about that in their IO. Insulated redstone conduit. Yeah, I forgot about that in Ender.io. It's actually really cool. So we do have some power transfer options. We have a lot of different things we can do, which makes me very, very happy. Anyway, I think, hmm, Because I want to get into power generation as soon as I can, but the only problem with that is I would need an ender tank, which requires an ender pearl, and blaze rods, which I don't have obviously right now. And also it would require buildcraft, I think it's in factory? Yes, it's in factory. So it would require a pump of some sort. So if I just type in pump and see what comes up. Pump. I know there's the extra utils range or endothermic, which requires a lot of ender pearls. Yeah, it requires 1, 2, 3, 4 ender pearls, and it requires an iron ender, which also requires a blaze rod. So I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to build, but I mean, the BC one is pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. Iron gear, and I mean, it doesn't use too much power. You just, hook up like redstone engines to it, and it'll run pretty easily. Which, it's not that bad. Redstone engines aren't that bad. In all honesty, look at the dynamos real fast. Okay, so we got steam dynamo, magmatic. Okay, that's the one I want to use later on, is the magmatic. Once I can, get a decent, once I can get my resources started pretty easily, I want to use the magmatic. Because these things are really good. Because I think these things don't use extra power. I don't think. Which, I can actually make the Emvar for that now that I think about it. I can actually make the Emvar for that because it's Emvar blend is 2 iron and 1 ferrous. I should have ferrous here and iron here. So I actually could legitimately make the iron required for this because I need, what, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11? I need 11. I'm like not that far off. I just need like, I literally think I need these. Oh, okay, well, that makes 12, but close enough. So, I could make myself a magmatic and not use this one, which wastes lava. I mean, this was a very good temporary fix. Ooh, I'm just gonna put that there so that, like, when I use my pulverizer, I'm not wasting. Let's go ahead and pulverize the ferrous, so I'm not wasting this internal buffer because it does have 500,000 RF sort of there. So that's something I actually want to keep in there. Let's go ahead and throw that away. I'm probably gonna need another piece of coal for this. I hate that coal won't shift click. Okay, so for the gears, do I need to go through the whole? Okay, no, I do not. I just need the iron thing. For buildcraft, I need to go through the whole shenanigans with going from a stone gear, wood gear to stone gear to whatever. So, okay. It's not too bad in all honesty. This really isn't bad. So I'm going to need a piece of silver as well, which, as you can see, I've smelted I've basically pulverized all my ores that I had. So I have a decent amount. Gold is the one thing I'm really lacking on, which real fast, I'm going to do this 1, 2, 3, and make myself some more sticks. Makes myself a new iron pick, because I'm going to need it in a little bit. And let's make another end of our gear. Okay, so now I need a piece of redstone. Wait, 1 piece of redstone, 2. 1. Actually, no, I need 3. Because I'm going to need this piece of silver, oops, to make myself a transmission coil. And then I need 3 Emvar, which, bam. And we got a magmatic. Now I think the thing about the magmatics is they don't waste RF, which is one thing I really want. Let's go to the mine, teleport to, okay. So this way I have a pool of lava I've been using as kind of a, get my lava, go back up type thing until I get a pump, in which I will probably go to the nether and get lava from there. Alright. So once I get a pump, I'm probably going to go to the nether to get my lava. Okay, so that's full. So just going to pick it up. Waypoints, home, teleport to. Boy, am I glad I have the damn mod. And we place that on top, lever it, and there we go. So I think when this thing finishes generating its RF, okay, so yeah, it does throttle as well. Depending upon how much power you need and how much you're using, the thermal expansion machines will throttle and use not as much fuel or more fuel depending upon how much generation you need, which is really nice. As you can see, the power is dropping 24, 23, 22, 21 as we get more and more full on the internal buffer, which is why magmatics I'm going to use over the lava generator, because magmatics actually efficiently use their lava and they don't waste it. This one just consistently runs, which I don't really like. I thought it would throttle itself and stop once it was, full, but I was wrong. So I will learn from my mistake. Anyway, so I think that might actually be a good chance. Damn it, 164, work with me. Work with me. So I think that might be a good chance to start kind of getting into thermal expand, because I like the Sagmo. Don't get me wrong, I like the Sagmo. But I'm going to save that for maybe later on. Like maybe if I want to set up like specific things with it and stuff like that. I'm going to save it for later. Now that I have a little bit of, stuff to work with, which actually I'm going to need a little bit of this action, a little bit of that action, because I need to go get some sand. Anyway, since I have, the only reason why I get Ender IO is because it's really easy to make, especially in this this version of Minecraft 1.6.4. It's really easy to make the thermal, the Ender IO machines, and also I like their power conduits a lot more. I like the Ender IO conduits for power transfer, and also their item transfer conduits a lot more than thermal expansion, because they're just a little bit easier to use, more functions on them, and I don't know, it feels easier to use Ender IO conduits in terms of item transfer. The power transfer, I don't mind thermal expansion conduits, really, because like I've played, FTB like 3 and stuff. Like, I've played a lot of mod packs that have Ender IO as, or thermal expansion, and not Ender IO, especially lately with 1.12, considering Ender IO has not been ported to 1.12 yet. So we don't have any Ender IO conduits for item transfer or for energy transfer. So we have to use thermal dynamics, which, it changed from just a single mod to 3 separate mods. Thermal expansion, thermal foundation, and thermal dynamics, and also now thermal cultivation, I believe it's called, which is the watering cans and such that the thermal expansion mod developer added. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up like 8 glass maybe. So yeah, I'm going to cook up 8 glass, throw the rest of the sand in here, because I don't think I need too much glass, because I only want 2 machines. So I'm going to want okay, so I'm going to want gold. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, because I want 2 of these. Where's my gold? Okay, not smelted. Okay. Give me 2 coal. Again, I know I'm wasting coal. I can always go down and get more. Which, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go do that. Waypoints, mine, teleport to. Pretty sure there is some coal somewhere back here. This mine had like so much damn coal. When I was running through it, I just stopped picking it up. As eventually I got to like a stack and a half or something. I got to something like ridiculously high. Which, eventually I'm going to get the Buildcraft quarry, which is going to be pretty cool. Getting the Buildcraft quarry up and running will help with resource collection. Which is actually kind of one reason why I wanted to go back, is because there's a lot of really good. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I'll go find some other coal. That's fine. I'm totally okay with that. But there was a lot of really good resource collection, and it ma felt like it was harder to get to the really good resource generation because you had a hard time generating power. Which, I mean, with Buildcraft, they kind of have their own little energy system with the redstone engines and so on and so forth. But, I mean, you can feed it normal power once you get to that point. You can feed it normal power and it'll run off the power. So, I mean, you can. It's just, it's early game. It's better to just run it off of its own engines, which is what I do for quite a while because I don't like spending my power on something that I can just kind of sit there and let run off of its own, sustained energy with, redstone engines, which, may be slow. However, they get the job done. And if I'm, out doing other things, like if I'm mining at the same time that my quarry is mining, it, gets things done faster because I'm collecting ores as well as the quarry is collecting ores. And that is gold. I need more of that. And it fell down. And I'm going up. Going back up because I need to plug up that hole. Oh, glorious gold anymore. Because I am fairly low. Holy crap, that's actually a really big gold node. What the heck? Oh, and that's water. Place a torch back behind so I can see where I'm plugging. There we go. And there's some more lead and silver. Probably gonna need that eventually. Not probably right now. Ow. But eventually I am probably gonna need some more of it. Eventually, we're gonna start getting into like lead is, needed for leadstone flux ducts and all that good stuff. Obviously, you're gonna pick up iron. You can never have too much iron. Like, eventually we're gonna do leadstone flux ducts and you're gonna need a leadstone energy cell, which you then upgrade to higher tiers and so silver and all that is actually decent to keep, especially with so I think there's are these still the upgrades in here? Like the machine upgrades? I don't think so. Actually, yeah, I don't think there's any machine upgrades. They didn't add that in 1.6.4. That's actually kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. What does this thing do? Laser drill from Mine Factory Reloaded. Interesting. Interesting. I actually didn't know that could be used for. Huh. That's kind of cool. I don't know what that is, but I might take a look at it. It's kind of interesting to go back and look at how the mods used to be. I think this is way different from the 1.7.10 and 1.10.2 and 1.11 and 1.12 versions uh, I can't think. Of thermal expansion. Like this is way different. So much different. Wait, do they still have the servos and stuff? Or do you still have, they put a pneumatic servo on it? Because I know there's servos that pull things out. I guess you still just put a pneumatic on it? I guess. Interesting. Because I think that's how the 1.6.4 worked. Instead of putting the servos that you do now, like, basic servo, so on, hardened, signalum, so on and so forth, like the resonant, I think now, or back then, not now, back then, you put a pneumatic servo on it, which I think they got rid of the pneumatic. They might still have it, I'm not sure, I really haven't used thermal too much. I've gotten, like the pulverizer and redstone furnace, induction smelter, and that's about it. And, energy cell and stuff, which all those take, oh, and magma crucible and fluid transposer. So, the basic things. I don't really go into the bigger things in the mod, which is kind of unfortunate, but, I just find other mods that have better things that are better at those specific purposes that those things do. Like the one thing that I think is helpful is the Aqueous Accumulator, which they might still have in here. Oh yeah, there it is, Aqueous Accumulator. Yeah, so I mean, that's the only thing I really find useful anymore, like with the extra machines, other than, you know, the basic Magma Crucible, Induction Smelter, and, you know, Redstone Furnace, all that stuff. Those are really the only things I find incredibly useful. Like, because, you know, there's things for other mods, like the Autonomous Activator. There's the Mechanical User from Extra Utilities. You got the Igneous Extruder, which I'm pretty sure is the machine that makes, you can make obsidian, cobblestone, or stone with it, and you have to feed it. Cobblestone, you can have one bucket of lava in there, or one bucket of water, one bucket of lava, and it won't use either. If you create waterstone, or cobblestone, waterstone, wow, good job me. If you create cobblestone, it won't use either buckets, but if you create obsidian, it'll obviously use the lava, and if you create stone, it will use the water, so you have to, you know, constantly supply it with one or the other. I just find it a lot easier to go down and mine obsidian. I just find that a lot easier instead of having to waste my power and, you know, try and get a lava routing and all that stuff. I typically, if I need obsidian, I'll just go down and get some, like a lot, especially when I have, like nowadays, ore excavation, which obviously I don't have because otherwise I'd be using it on this damn coal, make this mining a lot easier. But I'm also kind of just sitting here talking, so the mining is kind of being slightly useful right now, giving me a reason to kind of just chill and talk. But also I'm going to make this kind of a longer episode because I've been recording so long. Just kind of want to chill and play and talk to you guys a little bit. Because I'm kind of reminiscing at the same time, but anyway. It's like, I never really use the Igneous Extruder too much. Because, like, for stone, I typically set up, like, maybe a Cobbleworks, or for cobblestone, I typically set up, like, a Cobbleworks, like, extra utilities, transfer node with a world interaction upgrade, to, on a, you know, stereotypical cobble generator, which, you know, just constantly pulls out cobblestone, and, you know, just makes that real easy. For stone, you know, I'll just smelt cobblestone. It's not that big of a deal, especially once you get a bunch of power and are able to smelt things in a redstone furnace fairly easily. You know, stuff like that is it's fairly easy. So you don't really like need a lot of the thermal things if you have other mods that could use it very easily, that could do stuff like that very easily. Now, if you're using just thermal expansion, yeah, these machines are going to be really, really, really damn useful. But, or these, not mods, these items in these machines would be really damn useful because it kind of takes into consideration that you're only using it, and like say you want a lot of obsidian because you want to do something with obsidian. Well, then you can, you know, put yourself water and lava and get, you know, a lot of obsidian without having to go down and mine it. That's another thing. If you want obsidian before you have a diamond pickaxe, you can, you know, get yourself iron and get yourself a bucket of water, then just keep going down and getting lava, and you can go and make yourself some obsidian before you even have a diamond pickaxe. So it's kind of like a shortcut to get maybe a nether portal or something of the sort. But I've always found that kind of cheap, so I don't do it. But it's like, it makes sense for a lot of the blocks to be in there. But whenever I have other things that I use that I find more useful, I guess, or more to my liking, I'll use them. Like, you know, there's an occasional while where I'm like, you know, I want to experiment with this and see how it works and see how I like it. And typically when I do that, I end up having fun using them, you know, the block I used. But other than that, I typically just kind of stick with this stuff I use, like on the usual. So that's like, you know, Ender IO machines and stuff of that sort, because I typically use Ender IO like in like every single pack I make, basically, or every single pack I play that has Ender IO. I typically end up using Ender IO because machines just end up being pretty easy to use. Interfaces are pretty good, pretty simple, easy to learn, stuff like that. It was also one of the very first mods I learned how to use. That and thermal expansion are the two very first 1.7.10 mods I learned. So it's kind of like, you know, they both have a place in my heart. For the first, yeah, for the older versions as well as the 1.7.10 versions. 1.7.10 in and of itself will always have a place in my heart because I love 1.7.10. It was like the first version I really started like playing Minecraft, like modded Minecraft a lot. There's still some more iron up there. Just give me a regular stone pickaxe. I think there's still some iron up there. Yeah, there is right there. But yeah, so the 1.7.10 was the first version that really like my mod playing like took off, which is why it had such a good place in my heart. In terms of 1.6.4 and you know prior, I typically played vanilla. So you know it got pretty bland after a while. Also with you know whenever Minecraft like PC was on version 1.8 or you know like through the life cycle of 1.7 possibly, the Xbox 360 released a Minecraft game. It had a version of Minecraft on it. So because I have had a lot of friends on Xbox, you know, through school or through just playing online, and a lot of them coincidentally liked Minecraft. So we'd get on the 360 and play Minecraft. And for a very, very long while, the original Xbox 360 Minecraft was, I think it was more of a alpha build, like it was, you know, alpha beta of PC. Like, if you guys don't know, for the Xbox 360 initial release of the Minecraft, if you guys weren't around for it, or you know maybe you're new to Minecraft, or you just randomly found my channel, you have no clue what I'm talking about. Basically, you like in order. Okay, so the food bar down here wasn't a thing. You just had health, and you know you'd eat food, and food did not stack. You would eat pork chop to restore your health instantly. So it was like I kind of felt it was more RPG-ish back then, which is kind of funny. It was more of an RPG than it was a sandbox. And then they added the hunger bar, which made more of a survival element to where you needed food or else you would starve, which made it more of a survivalist game, which I enjoyed that update. I was sick and tired of that. Um, like, because, you know, obviously it had the hunger bar in PC, which it annoyed people that it did that the 360 version didn't have it, but also they were trying to, you know, code the different things into the game, and they were having a little bit of difficult time. You know, but a bunch of kind of difficulties because it's different coding something for PC, obviously, than it is for Xbox. So the coding is a little bit different. So they were, you know, figuring out the code and porting over that code that was on the PC over to the Xbox. Nowadays, for the Xbox One and PS4, they're pretty up to date. I think they actually are completely up to date, if I remember correctly. I don't think they've had the 1.12 update yet. I'm not sure though, because I haven't obviously played Xbox in a while. So that's kind of like my gray area of what I know about the Xbox is I haven't played in about 6 months. And even then I didn't really play the Xbox too often because I had my PC. I had my Minecraft on PC, which, you know, I played modded. So, and like when 1.10 first came out and the mods first started coming out, I didn't port over. I didn't start playing 1.10. I was playing 1.7 for a very long time because I didn't want things to change, because I had heard that a lot of recipes and a lot of mechanics of certain mods that I loved had changed, and I didn't want that, and I didn't like to change. I liked knowing what I was doing at first. Eventually, I started thinking, it's kind of boring knowing absolutely everything about a mod. Like, I still have fun, coming back and like playing with a friend and teaching them the different things about a mod and stuff. Let me real quick mark this Slav place. Not sure that works. And let's make it a like red maybe, and a little bit lighter red than that. Yeah, that works. So like I still enjoy coming back and doing this, but there is I don't know, it feels like there's sort of less of an incentive to play this, because I do really enjoy the new stuff, especially 112, because there's so much more capability with the mods and stuff like that. But anyway, we finally came back up from mining after that freakishly long time, and we're gonna get back into trying to get some machines. Like I said, this episode's probably gonna be just a little bit longer because I just feel like, relaxing, playing some MC, and recording it, because I haven't done it in absolutely ages. Ooh, shit, I need copper. Yeah, that is one thing I have not found, like, any of. So, like, that's kind of a problem. Whoops, I burned my crafting table. That feels bad. But, yeah, copper is one thing I have not run across, which actually really surprises me. Oh, I need brick. Oh, son of a nut. I think, if I remember correctly, clay is... I don't remember if clay was really hard to find in this version. I think it was 1.4 that it was hard to find, and then they started making it to where it was along beaches. Yeah, okay, I think this is the version where... Yeah, there's some right there. Yeah, this is... Oh no, that's salt ore. Shit. I forgot that clay and salt ore look really similar in Sortex. Which, yes, I am using Sortex. Yeah, there's clay down there. Yeah, so this is the version that they made it like pretty much easier to find, because I think back in 1.4 or 1.5, it was like incredibly rare to find clay. Like, it was one of the rarest resources in the game, and then they changed it to where it was a lot easier to find, because bricks are like, bricks are something a lot of people like to build with and make modern homes, modern looking homes, and all that goodies. So I made it a little bit easier to find. And there's no press to sprint, which I am very much not used to, in case you guys could not tell my struggle to sprint. My struggles in trying to sprint. Like, you can kind of see me, like, stutter. Copper, 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 copper. I will actually take that. Like, I will actually take that. I wasn't looking for it, but I will take it. Because that will double in my pulverizer. M, waypoints, home, whoops. I thought I hit delete, which, I mean, it doesn't delete right away, it asks you. Okay, so I only need 2 bricks, which is 8, which means I can just grab myself a singular coal. I hate that coal won't shift click. Okay, but that's copper, so, okay. And I may as well wait and duplay it. Actually, let's see about the pulverizer. Okay, yeah, so I'm actually gonna need... So I guess we should make the pulverizer first, considering I'm gonna need more stuff. So I need more... That moment when you don't get flint. When you forget that flint is a thing you actually need for mods. By the way, did my... Okay, no, my brightness didn't reset this time. For some reason, I think, like, early yesterday when I was kind of messing around, first starting the pack, and I was, launching and exiting the pack. It made my stupid lighting, my brightness setting reset. I don't know why, but I may as well pick up this gravel because actually, why not? It's semi-useful and modded. So, and what do you know? I find lapis amongst this. So I guess worth, sort of. Oh hey, more lapis. What do you know? Find lapis amongst a bunch of gravel. Not 100% complaining, but kind of complaining, because there's something useful behind useless, one of the most useless blocks in the game. I mean, nowadays it's really not too useless because you can make concrete out of it. You can make, there's a lot of different things that actually uses gravel, and also gravel is used for flint. So I mean, it's not like 100% unuseful anymore, especially in modded. In modded, it's actually got a lot more use, which, I've always said gravel is the most useless block in vanilla, and I still stick to that statement. Because, goddamn, is it useless, and it's one of the most annoying blocks because it falls in your face when you're trying to mine. I think there's Java. I do want to make a. Oh yeah, there's Java right there. I want to make a barrel real fast for my wood, or for my cobblestone. My bad, misspoke. I want to make a barrel. Wait, what's required for a barrel? Oh, I need slabs. Boo. There we go. Okay. So make a barrel. Put cobblestone in it. Now is it shift? Okay, shift left click is 1. Okay, so shift left click is 1. Okay, and then just normal left click is 2, or is stack. Okay, that's completely opposite from whatchamacallit? From having issues, storage drawers. I was having major issues thinking of the mod there. Oh wait, I need a transmission coil. A reception coil, my bad. So I need 1, 2 of these. And I need that reception coil. And that should be good. No, oh, wait, what do I need? Ah, piston. So I need 1 of them and 1 of them. Okay, and then I need, oh, I have them, and I have them. Okay, I'm missing that piston though. So that piston is crafted, and that pulverizer is now available. Alright. So it uses, I think it's 40? Yeah, 40 RF tick. At full rev, it's 40 RF tick. So this thing's going to generate me 40 RF tick. Actually, I don't think it is. I think it's using this internal buffer right now. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. So it's using this internal buffer. Oh, it's using both of them. I think. Oh, it's not using either right now because it finished. So let's melt this in here. So that's 1.5, 2.5, or 1.5, 3, 4.5. So that should be enough to smelt all those. I just need 1 more in order to make this. And I need my bricks because I need to do this. Okay, what else do I need to make the redstone furnace? A piece of redstone. I can do that very easily. Okay, and I think there should be, no, I need 2 more pieces of redstone and a piece of gold, which I have the gold on me. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I grabbed 1 too many pieces of redstone. There we go. Reception and redstone furnace. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this bad boy, because he does retain his power. I think I'm going to put him there so that he gets that. And this guy can run off the single magmatic we have right now. But that's the one I'm going to be using more often anyway. So that's cool. Now do these have the auto output? They do have the auto output options. It's still noise. I didn't know if they still had their IO configuration. Nice. So that is running now. That's actually amazing. So we got power production, we got machines, we got industry. We're doing just good, just fine, just good, just fine. Same difference. Anyway, so I guess I need to build a house next. Okay, I guess I need to build a house next, which is going to be a little bit of a pain because I don't know what exactly I want to build or where, which is the most unfortunate thing. I don't know what I want to do in terms of building because I really haven't thought that far through of what exactly I want to do for building. I don't know. I was thinking of maybe clearing out this area because I did obviously install mariculture, so I was thinking of having, you know, main base probably down in here, making maybe, you know, separate little areas for mods, and then over here, making the mariculture area kind of around in here, and you know, because it's just a giant freaking ocean out there. And that actually looks like a structure, which is kind of funny. That right over there. That looked like a structure for a split second. But I think I might leave that episode here, get one more done, possibly. Not sure. Not sure at all what I will do. I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do in the episode I might record. So yeah, I might start. I should probably start thinking about getting, you know, maybe home base set up, which, you know, obviously would be probably a good thing, considering I have no place to, you know, shelter from the harshness of the world. But at the same time, I don't really need a base yet, technically. Like, I might just do a dire 9x9 in all honesty. Truthfully, I might just do a dire 9x9 to start. Like, because it's just simple, easy, don't really have to take much thought to build them. So I might just do a dire 9x9, which would work perfectly fine by me. So I guess I'd probably need to fill it into like right here. It's like right here at the edge, most likely. Or I could call this 1, 2, 3, 4. I could call that the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. And then just match them up. I don't count the last one. I just match it up like this. 4. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that looks fine for me. You know, eventually I'll expand out and make expansions to it, and make basements, and maybe make a actually decent looking base at some point. No promises though, but I think that'll do it for me for this first little return to recording, which has been fun. In honesty, it's been really fun actually coming back and recording a little bit. Actually, I'm going to set up the export real fast because, yes. So I'm going to have that import there. I'm actually going to have a import here. Make myself a chest. Now, one thing I do not remember is, does it auto insert into the pulverizer? Once this goes away, I think I'll be able to tell, which that has a lot to smell. So if I take that out, no, it's not auto insert. Okay, good to know. So then I would need like maybe a hopper in order to pipe into there, which actually I don't remember if hoppers were a thing. I don't remember if hoppers were a thing in this version of Minecraft. Let's find out. Ah, they were a thing. Okay. So if I get a hopper, I can just kind of throw this here. Yeah, it'll run. Okay. And then I could put a separate chest. If I had wood, I'll put a separate chest right here as an output. If, again, I had enough wood to do so. Wait, why did I put clay? The clay goes down here. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, that'll do it for me. Next episode, probably continue making this. And, you know, just doing stuff and things. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, keep napping.